Hi, Bhuvan. In this module, you will listen to a conversation. The slides will guide you to the facts discussed in the conversation. So listen carefully and stay focused. At the end, you will get a set of questions to review your understanding. Enjoy the drama and good luck learning.
Anjali and Madhu are friends. When Madhu called Anjali, Anjali just returned home from shopping. Hello.
Hello, Anjali. Madhu here. How are you?
Good. And hope all is well there too. I just got home from shopping. I went to the hardware store and did my monthly shopping except for vegetables. Vegetables and fruits tend to rot quickly. I sometimes wonder how do they store them in shops?
Vegetables and fruits are soaked in chemicals. From field to the shop, they use all kinds of chemicals to make them last for a long time.
Really? No wonder. Sometimes I get this weird smell in them, especially from cabbages and cauliflower.
Oh, so you have noticed not only them but also some cereals. You should wash them thoroughly with running water before preparing them. Also, you should store them in open air for some time before putting into the fridge.
Ah, I will do that from now on. My kids will finish the online classes soon and come running to have a drink. I'm going to keep out this drink I bought. My kids love them. It makes life easy. They just have to pour it into their cups and drink.
Don't get me wrong, Anjali. Did you check the label?
I did. It says made from selected fresh fruits and no sugar added. It's a great choice for kids.
But it's a good idea to check the ingredients list because sometimes they have these symbols like E102, E110, E129. Here in Sri Lanka, they don't indicate, but this same drink sold in Europe has a label saying may adversely affect on the activity and attention of children. These drinks are actually harmful for children as they contain coloring and other additives harmful to kids.
I don't believe this. So, why would anyone use them at first place? Why don't authorities do anything about it?
Well, some do while some don't. But as consumers, we should have access to this information so that we can make decisions on whether we buy them for our family. And as consumers, we can even demand authorities to ban them.
Hmm, I think it's a good idea to use fresh fruits. Today at the store, they had a 25% off for fresh fruits, fish, and meat.
Ah, another thing is fish. You know, they said even meat and fish can have many toxic chemicals, especially fish, because nowadays water bodies are so polluted and even land meat get these chemicals from their diet. It's said that chicken are fed with fish, and as fish get contaminated with mercury, they in turn contaminate the chicken.
No way. What can we eat then? No fish, not even meat?
Better if you can. But since fish oil is so important to us, better eat more small fish and less big fish like tuna, swordfish, and mackerel.
We actually do that. We only eat swordfish and tuna around twice a week. The rest of the day is either chicken, anchovies, or dry fish. Also, I always remove the head and clean all the gills and intestine parts. And in big fish, I also remove the skin.
That's better. The head in fish and also those white fatty parts in meat stores pesticides and other toxic chemicals the most. So we better remove the skin and those white fatty parts in meat before cooking because we often use tamarind, vinegar, and other acidic things in cooking. These chemicals can easily get mixed into the curry.
Really? How do you know all this?
Actually, I participated in a workshop recently. They were talking about chemicals. Have you heard of a chemical called lead?
Not really.
It's a toxic chemical. That lady from the workshop told that those colorful, glossy paints we use in our homes can have this lead in them. The worst thing it can damage the IQ of children. So they lose their ability to learn and even behave violently.
Oh, no, really? Today only I bought some paint. Haritha was trying to make a mural in his room, and I bought him some lacquers and enamel paints. I wonder they are toxic too.
You can check the label. Hereafter, look for symbols that say free from PB and HG. This PB is the lead I told you about. You should always check for the label like this, especially when you buy these enamel and lacquer type paints. Those we dissolve in thinner or turpentine.
Who knew that? We always buy what's there in the store. I must tell Mudita also. He's the worst. He would just pick anything that matches the color. So, how is everyone at home?
Good. It's just that our helping lady is on leave these days, and now I have become the maid. It's so hectic.
Why, what happened to Lalita?
Her daughter got a miscarriage, so now she is staying with Lalita. Poor girl. This is her second time.
Oh dear. She's working, right?
Yes, and I think that's the only reason.
Maybe she goes through all this hardship after getting married only. Lalita raised her like a flower, didn't even let her lift a flower pot those days. Poor girl is not used to the hard work.
Not only that, she also works in this car battery recycling plant. Car batteries contain lead and they dismantle them with bare hands. From what I learned that day, lead can even cause miscarriages. Even if the child is born, it could have been a stillbirth or underdeveloped or even low weight baby.
Oh God, is this lead that bad?
Of course, the worst is on children, especially their intelligence and behavior.
Hmm. Just think, if she would have known all this, she could have done some other job, right?
I would blame the owner. He should have told these ladies about the toxic material they deal with and their health impacts. Also, it is his duty to provide them with mask, gloves, and separate working clothes. That way, these ladies could have minimized the lead they inhale or absorb through the skin.
Oh, the skin reminded me. Did you hear that news about the whitening cream? What a scam. It said they found this mercury in a very high level. I thought they use mercury only in bulbs. You know, mercury street bulbs?
That's the other toxic. These days, mercury is everywhere, Anjali. Lipstick, cutex, mascara, whitening soap, fish, and even in tooth fillings.
That metallic looking one?
Yes, exactly. That's called amalgam. This time, when I took Ravini to the dentist, I asked him to put anything but not amalgam. He laughed and said it's even toxic to them. So he used this white color filling. He told me the name composite or something. I can't remember well.
So, why is mercury toxic?
Well, there's a long list of bad things it does to our body. Simply, you can say it messes up processes in our body like urine filtering, thinking, memorizing, things like that.
How sad. We use all those things for our outer beauty while killing our own inner beauty.
Why just we almost kill everyone else. Just think how long your nail paint retains on your fingers after 5 days cooking. They all get washed off. I'm sure we eat them with our rice and curry.
So true. And lipstick. How many times we need to apply during the day? But what to do in our customer services field? Looking pretty is the number one requirement.
Then select some safer products.
You mean those branded expensive ones? How can we afford with our salary?
No, there are safe alternatives like plant based ones. Make sure you look at the ingredients when you buy them next time.
I'll try. It could have been so easy if they only sold the safer things. I even heard that some detergents, shampoos, and even food containers have things that interfere with our hormones. You know, Sashi, that chubby girl from Candy, even after 10 years of her marriage, she didn't get pregnant. And she said the first thing the doctor asked was how long she's been using her plastic water bottle.
Really?
Yes. So she said that our hormones could get distracted by number of toxic things in plastics, detergents, and number of items. So if our menstrual cycle is irregular, it could be due to these toxics.
So true. I know many girls suffering to have a baby. For most of them, menstrual cycle is the main problem.
Also, she said burning polythene and plastic is another way of inhaling these hormone disturbing chemicals.
Really? Well, come to think of it, we are not safe at all. Even if I don't burn it, the next door people might be burning them, no?
Hmm. Anyway, Madhu, I got to go now. I have an appointment with the doctor in half an hour.
Oh, I almost forgot. I called you to invite all of you for Ravini's birthday party. Next Saturday, dinner, okay? By the way, it's a plastic free organic food party. Please come.
Really? Sure, sure. I'll make a note of it. We'll be there. Bye.
Bye. See you on Saturday. Okay, now let's wrap up what Anjali and Madhu talked about. Chemicals are added to vegetables, fruits, and some cereals to increase their shelf life. We can make vegetables safe to eat by washing them thoroughly with running water and keeping them in open air before storing them in the fridge. Something that didn't mention here are removing peels where possible and cooking them well. Artificial drinks can contain additives that affect the activity and attention of children. These chemicals usually are indicated with a number. Some researchers have shown that some of these chemicals can have negative impacts on children. Therefore, in some countries they have been banned, while in some countries it's mandatory to have a disclaimer. Like this. Still, in some countries they are being used without any indication. Fish can have toxics coming from pollutants in water bodies. So it's advisable to eat more small fish and less big predatory fish. Also, removing head, gills, and gut contents as well as the skin in big fish can lessen the amount of toxics coming into your diet. Meat also can have toxic chemicals in their fatty tissues. In order to make them somewhat safe, remove the skin and fatty parts. Lead is a heavy metal that can have several negative health effects, especially on children and pregnant women. In children, they can affect on the nervous system and result lowered IQ level, learning disabilities, violent behavior, juvenile crime, seizures, sometimes referred to as a fit, slowed growth, attention deficit disorder, mental retardation, severe behavioral problems, hyperactivity, and hearing loss. In pregnant women, it can cause the risk of miscarriages, low birth weight babies, stillbirths, or underdeveloped babies. Oil based household decorative paint is the main root of lead exposure. Therefore, every time you select an oil based paint or a paint that is solved in thinner turpentine, make sure to check for the certification or a label that indicates lead safe. In order to prevent lead exposure at workplace, wear safety gears like mask, gloves, goggles, and separate clothes. It's your right to know what you are working with and always respect workplace safety rules. Some products can contain or be contaminated with mercury. These include CFL bulbs, fluorescent bulbs, mercury thermometers, mercury sphygmomanometers, some whitening creams, lipsticks, mascara, and other cosmetics containing or contaminated with mercury, and tooth fillings with mercury amalgam. Mercury can have health effects on nervous system, cardiovascular system, immune system, reproductive system, liver and kidneys. Endocrine system is composed of glands that releases hormones into the bloodstream. The chemicals that impact on the functioning of this system are called endocrine disruptive chemicals. In short, we say EDCs. These hormone disruptors can affect the development and function of reproductive organs and thereby the childbearing ability of a woman. Some plastic containers, toys, bags and other plastic products, fast food packaging containers, pesticides, firefighting foams, eye makeups, cleaning products, non-stick cookware, candy wrappers, water-resistant clothing, electrical and electronic equipment, textiles, furniture foam, foam insulation and other building materials can have these endocrine disruptive chemicals. I hope you learned something new in this lesson about products, some harmful chemicals that you carry along with these products, and health effects of these chemicals. I'm sure you'd like to know more about these products and chemicals, so these are some reading materials for more information. Do have a look. Until next time, Ayubowan.